Hi guys, I just got my hands on this Creality Falcon A1 laser. This laser is brand new on the market. It's the perfect beginner's laser. It's pure plug and play, and if you don't have a lot of room in your workspace, it's also really handy. This laser has a built-in camera, which I'm really excited to test. And in this video, we will unbox it. I will show you how to set it up, and we will do a few testings on it. If you are interested in this laser, make sure you check the description because I have a discount code just for you. And also I have a giveaway coming up on May 1st. So if you would like to participate and possibly win a A1, make sure you stick to the end of this video. But let's give you my first impressions and honest review of this laser. Unboxing a Creality Falcon laser is usually a big pleasure. They are always well packaged, and this A1 laser was no exception. Once I got it out of the box, every equipment was packed inside the laser. Unboxing literally only took 4 minutes, and the only tricky thing that I had was the protective plastic on the front door. But I used a little sharp knife and then I got it off. So let's take a look what's inside the box and what you get with the basic version of the A1. Whether you're a beginner just starting out or you need a laser for a smaller workspace, this laser is perfect. The setup is pure plug and play, so let's see if it truly is in a bit. With the laser inside it, you have the air pump for the air assist, you have the power supply and the cord, and you have the pipe for venting. Also, you will get this back with hex keys, something to attach the pipe hose with, USB cables, and some additional tools. You'll also have a USB with some software and also some files, I do imagine. And you will have this focus gauge to determine the focal height on your laser. They also sent a little material package with a piece of basswood, I think it was 3mm plywood, and you get this grids because you have a camera inside your laser. The camera is already calibrated from the factory, so it should be really easy just to start or turn on the machine, and you should be able to use the camera right away. If you do come in need for additional calibration, you use this little grid. Also, you will have the manual, and let's just open and take a look. Here you will have the setup, which is really easy, so it seems. Let's see in a bit. You will have a thank you letter, and you will have the packing list on everything included with the laser. Additionally, and I do recommend that you get the honeycomb bed if you intend on cutting on your laser. You could also get the rotary if you want to engrave anything round. And if you don't have a window to vent the hose out of, I also recommend grabbing the smoke purifier, because you can just attach the hose to the purifier and then you will not have to struggle with any smoke in your workspace. So now it's just a matter of setting up the laser. I'll not be using the manual actually because I have done this before and it should be really easy to set up. So let's set it up and get it running. I am ready to set up my A1. I wanted to do this real time just to show you how easy it actually is. So in the big bag you actually have some additional tools. You have the USB as set. You also get a cable in case you want to attach the rotary. So I'll save this in case I purchase the rotary later on. You also get a little tweezer and some cloths, a little brush for cleaning your laser. And I love that they pack them in bags, because this is what I need for the exhaust pipe. So I'll need the hex keys as well as the ring to tighten it. There's the little focus tool, and also you have safety on this laser, which I love because I have a 4-year-old toddler, so I can actually lock my laser when I'm not using it, and if my toddler finds his way out in my workshop, he cannot control my laser in any way. Also, you have an emergency button. When you start up or fire up your laser, you will have to unscrew this. So I just did it now. But let's start by attaching the air. So it's really easy. You have a little cap here and you just take it off. You then have this little hose that was in the back. So you attach one end here. And on the side here, you actually have the air inlet on side of the laser. So let's see if we can squeeze that in. On the pump, the power will be supplied from the laser. So I'll just remove this one and you plug it in here. And it has writing on everything. So I can see that this is for the air pump. You also get a USB cable. This will connect to my computer, and I'll show you how to set that up as well. For the power, you get 2 cords and you just plug them inside each other. This end goes inside my laser over here. And I will plug this in to my wall. And I actually have power now. I'll just turn it off for now. So now I want to rotate my laser so I can attach the hose. And this is where this little bag comes in. So you have this ring and you will need one of these hex keys to tighten it. Let's see if I can find the correct one. That one is too big. Oh, it's this one with the screw on the bottom. So that's cool. So take this over your hose and just loosen it a bit. Oops. And now that I have this one, I can add the hose on the hole here. I'll just slide this over and then you tighten this one. So it's really easy, even if you are a beginner, to setting up your laser. The other end, if I did have the smoke purifier, you would attach the hose to that. But I have a window up here, so I'll just stick it outside the window, so all my smoke will go outside. But let's move it back, and I will try and grab my key here. I'll unlock the laser like that, and let's see if it will fire up. And it does. So this is the noise from the machine that you can hear in the back. I usually use Lightburn for everything, but since I got my Creality Falcon 22 watt, I know that Creality developed their own design space. So let's put that to a test, because I know it is free, and let's see if you can get started with your A1 right away with it. So I have not had any experience prior to this, but I did download the software. You can download it for Windows, which I have, or you can download it for your Mac if you're using a MacBook. I already installed mine, so I'll just go in here and find it, and let's open up and have a look. My laser is already connected to my computer, so it should connect right away, but let's see. Let's see, there's the software, and what do we do? Add new device, I guess, maybe. Let's see. And now it asks me which type of laser I have. And I do have the Creality Falcon A1. Install equipment. And there's a video if you'd like to watch. I'll just try and hit next. Device is connected. So this worked. Let's see. Equipment testing. I'm not sure what this is. And I can't really click anything. Or can I? Okay, place materials, adjust focus. So these parts I already know from my own laser. Let's just try and hit frame and see what happens. Okay, it will just frame the laser, and I could probably hit start to ensure that everything is fine. I actually want to skip this part because I'm more interested in the camera function. Let me just close this window and try and move over to canvas up here. And this is my Creality A1. I can see that we already have some settings over here. The piece of board that you get with the laser is the basswood board. But I'm actually thinking that I'll try and test the camera and engrave a little keychain. So let's just, I could go through some of the materials. There's settings for acrylic, metal, leather, perfume bottles. A ton of materials which you can also get from Creality store. Different sizes and most likely, different thicknesses of material. So this keychain I know is roughly around, let's see if I have a measure tool, I don't, but I think it's around 10 millimeters. So let's just try this and the basswood settings. I want to engrave it anyway, so it's okay. So now I can see that my camera is up here. I have to make a design, but I will use film engraving, and it will do it from with a speed on 3000 and 14 power. Let's try and hit camera and see if we can find it. And as the manufacturer said, it's already calibrated. If yours not, I'm sure there's a guide. Okay, so I don't see my entire surface on the camera, but let's hope that it's enough. I'll go place my little keychain and we can work on the design. So the cool thing about this laser is that you can actually open it from the ends or the top. I'll just add my keychain in here. And now I have to set my focal distance. So I will just take my laser head here and I have this little focus tool, and on this you can see that if you are cutting a thickness of basswood that's above 6 millimeter, it's this step. The middle step is 4 to 6 millimeter, and the top one is 1 to 3 millimeter, and engraving. So whenever you're engraving, you just want to use this upper step. And I could open here as well. So aligning the laser is actually easy. You have this screw on the laser head. So if you unscrew it, you can move the laser head. Place your keychain under it and make sure that it is standing on the engraving part. Then you just tighten the screw again. And let's remove this one. I'll just manually move my laser head in place, and it will beep if you are moving it to the corners. Make sure both lids are closed, and let's check the camera. So I'm back with my camera, and let's try and take a new photo. So there's my little keychain, and I have a wheel on my mouse so I can zoom in. Let's go ahead and maybe type in some text. We can type in Memo, design, and see if we have a prettier font. That one is beautiful. Mindline scripts. So let's make it just a little bit smaller. I don't know if I can get these closer. I said I'm not familiar with this software at all, but it's okay. I'll just move it over here and you can rotate this. I actually think I'll go ahead and delete this and just add in a new text because I do want them to be just a little bit closer. So let's go down and choose Mindline script again. I'll place design here and I'll place Memo up here. Let's center them a little better. And I don't know, maybe we should get some clip art in here as well. Maybe image, yes. What do we have? So it's cool, you actually have a ton of images that you can just use. I'm sure there's a lot of really handy functions in this piece of software, but as said, I haven't tested it yet. But if you want me to test it any further and maybe show you how you could design in this, I could experiment with it. But let's just make a little quick design here. And let's test out our camera. So now that I have my design ready, let's try this. I will go back to layers And I want a fill engraving for all of it. And let's see what we can change. Absolute chords. That would mean that it will go ahead and engrave where my design is. If I was in current position, it would probably engrave where the laser is positioned. So I want to choose absolute chords, and we have a precision path. Let's plan by layers. Oh, actually, let's choose auto plan and see what it does. So just to be sure, I will hit frame. And it looks like it will be somewhere around where my keychain is. So let's try and hit start and see what happens. So now that it's done engraving, I will go back to my camera and take a new photo. And I do see that my camera might need some more calibration. It's not exactly on top, but it's actually pretty decent compared to the whole plug and play promise that Creality Falcon made. So I'm actually pretty amazed and surprised at this. I wasn't, however, completely satisfied with how the engraving on these thin lines turned out, so I will delete the little leaf here, and let's try and engrave this again to see if we can achieve a little more depth. Here's the finished keychain. I am actually really satisfied with how this turned out. So far, I am truly impressed by the Creality A1 laser. The camera function is just genius. I didn't do any test cuts on it just because I don't have the honeycomb bed. I do have a honeycomb bed for my Creality Falcon 22 watt, but it is in Sicily. Right now I am in my Danish workshop and we are actually going back to Sicily next Monday, so in 3 days. I will be doing a lot more testing on the A1 when we get back to Denmark, but that's not until July. So unfortunately, this is the most that I could show you, but with my Creality Falcon 22 watt, I know that the air assist is really great in these machines, and it feels like it's the same air assist. So I'm positive that it is just as great as cutting as it is to engrave. But back to the beginning, where I told you a bit about my giveaway. I just launched a brand new website called memodesignlaserfiles.com. In there, I will have a giveaway. If you sign up for my newsletter, you can sign up already now, and the link is dropped below. So is my affiliate link and a 10% discount if you would like to get your hands on the Creality A1 or any of the other Creality lasers. If you have any questions at all, please drop them below. I will try to answer the best that I can, and as soon as I get back to Denmark, I will be making a lot more videos on my A1. Thank you so much for watching, and I really look forward to seeing you again.